After I made the trade with the man in the antique shop, I never went back or came near the street of the antique shop. I was scared that the man might ask me for the Koto, which means ancient blade or katana. It was a very bad trade for him. But life for me seems normal. I work, go to the bars with my senpais sometimes, then go home. One night, after drinking with my senpais, I went home. I was so tired, I didn't even take off my clothes to go to bed. I fell asleep the second I fell onto the bed. While asleep, I had a dream. I dreamed of a young beautiful girl. She was dressed in a long pink silk kimono. As she was walking into the house, she turned her head slightly. In one glance, she seduced me. The next thing I know, I was on the floor with her above me. The alarm woke me up in the morning. But I was still too tired. I felt like I haven't slept at all. I hit the snooze button at least 5 times. When I finally woke up, I was already late for work. But I had to take a shower. I had wet myself from the dream I had. I cleaned myself and hurried to work. When I got to work, the manager asked me why I was late. Instead of telling him the truth, which will embarrass myself, I said I had a dream last night. In my dream I was working the whole night. But once I woke up, I noticed it was just a dream. The manager smiled and said no next time. I nodded my head and went to work. After work, I went home. I was too tired to go anywhere else. When I got home, I went straight to bed. As I was sleeping, I had that dream again. Again, the next day, I was almost late. I was almost late for work. This went on for a few days. I got more and more tired every day. My senpais and manager will sometimes ask me if I was okay. Maybe they also saw a change in me. Then, one night I had that dream again. But this time, it was different. As the beautiful girl was making love with me, I saw a man walk into the house. He drew his katana and sliced the girl across the face. Her jaw drops open, showing all her teeth. As blood poured out from her mouth, she looked at me. This scene scared me out of my dream. I woke up in middle of the night unable to sleep. I don't understand why I'm having all these dreams. Was there something wrong with me? The next day, I took a half day off to see the doctor. The doctor ran a few tests. When the test result came back, the doctor said I was normal and there was nothing wrong with me. I told the doctor about the dreams I got. He said it was normal for young men to have dreams. Dreams are sometime like life. If you are lucky, you have good dream. If you are not lucky, you'll have bad dreams. It's not something for you to control. But I don't want to have these dreams again. So I asked the doctor if there is something that can be done. The doctor wrote me a letter of recommendation to see a psychiatrist. The doctor said it's too late to see the psychiatrist today. So he helped me set an appointment to see them. After the appointment was set, I left the office. On my way home, I passed by a blind man. Just as I was about a meter from the blind man, he yelled, "Yurei," which meant ghost in Japanese. He quickly turned and ran. But he ran into the wall and fell. I went to help him. But he quickly got up and ran into another wall. This time he got up. He put his hand on the wall and ran away. He ran as if he saw Jason from Friday the 13th. Or did he really saw a ghost? I thought to myself. I thought he was blind. When I got home, I was afraid to sleep. I thought, could it be the ghost of Kukasei-kana? But it was so different from the stories I heard. Shouldn't she supposed to ask me a few questions? Then, I thought, maybe I was just too tired because after work I went to the bar instead of going to sleep. Then add on to the stress of smiling to rude customers. That was maybe why I had these dreams. As I was thinking, I fall asleep. In the middle of the night, I woke up to go to the bathroom. As I was in the bathroom, I thought to myself, no dream today? After I finish, I flushed the toilet. When I turned around, the girl was in front of me. I saw her jaw drop open, showing all her teeth. I woke up. That was a dream. I lost it. This is very scary now. I really can't sleep. I called all my friends to see if there was something or someone that can help me. Most of my friends was still sleeping and didn't pick up the phone. Then I called the friend that gave me the charm. He was sleeping, but he woke up to my call. I told him everything that had happened to me lately. He said I might have encountered something dirty and suggested me to go to a shrine for help. By now, any suggestion is a good suggestion. Right away I got dressed and went to the shrine that me and my friend went. They were not open yet. I sat outside the shrine and waited for them to open. About an hour waiting, I was getting impatient. I stepped out of the car and lit a cigarette. As I was smoking, I saw the man that stands behind the omikiji stand. I threw the cigarette on the ground and stepped on it. As he was coming close to the shrine, I walked toward him. Just as I was about to ask him for help. "Pick up the cigarette please," said the man. I went and put the cigarette into my pocket. The man was waiting for me. I walked back towards him. He asked me, "What do you want?" I told him about the scary dreams I got. He asked me if I had been to any places where I shouldn't be. I said no. Then he asked me for my address and told me that he will be there after work. After I gave him my address, he went into the shrine. After work that day, I went straight home to wait for that man from the shrine. Just a few minutes past 7. My doorbell rang. I opened the door. It was that man from the shrine. He was wearing a white robe, a black tall hat and held a staff. I invited him into my home. The second he walked in, he walked toward the Koto. He took the Koto and puts it into a wooden box that he brought. He took a deep breath and asked me where I got the Koto. I said I bought it from an antique shop not far from here. He then asked if there was anything weird about the shop. I said other than the price and the time it was open, everything else seems normal. He then said a shop open that late at night was not normal. By now the shop is probably gone. After saying this he told me to kneel down and close my eye. I did what he told. He performed a ritual. When he finished the ritual he told me it's done. It's done? How do you know it's done? I asked. The man said, when I first walk in, I can't breathe. I felt like I was choked by something here. Now I can breathe. Am I going to have my Koto back? I asked. The man said the Koto is not clean. He said that the spirits of those who had fall under this blade had possessed the Koto. The Koto will be burned to be deformed from its original form so that the past stay in the past and be gone. Then he asked me for 15,000 yens for the ritual he performed. So that is 15,000 yen and the Koto. I thought to myself. What if the ritual didn't work? I asked. You know where to find me, said the man. So I paid him. Before he left with the Koto, he said always respect the shrine for it's the house of the gods. He also told me to not stick my nose into strange places, businesses, people, and things. After that man left that night, I was afraid to sleep. I watch a few movies on my cell phone. But for some reasons, I fall asleep. Maybe those dreams had tortured me to a point beyond tired. Maybe I just love sleeping. Whatever the reason was, I slept. And this night, I did not have nightmare. The ritual worked. From that day on, I went to the shrine more often. I don't go to bars as often as I used to anymore. I did pass by the antique shop. But it's not an antique shop anymore. It's now a bookstore. Due to my curiosity, I went into the bookstore and asked where is the antique shop that used to be here. The staff said that the store had been here for over a decade. All these years he have been working in the bookstore, he never saw an antique shop around here.